look at this prophetically or metaphorically. But in the Bible, it says, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. He didn't say one, he said many mansions. That was written over 2,700 years ago. They were teaching about abundance then. So please adopt that mindset.
Here at the Muhammad Ali Center here in Louisville, Kentucky, for an entrepreneurial event titled The Greatest. And this event, they're going to go over several different topics. Obviously, entrepreneurship. Number one is building, team building. Number two, prospecting. And the other one is culture. As you guys can see back here, we're gearing up in line, ready to go inside. Got our masks, social distancing as much as possible. So tune in, guys, as I share some of the key takeaways from this amazing event. We're our first event back, since COVID, since the beginning of the pandemic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over, I'm gonna share some of those tips with you guys on what some of the speakers shared, some of our key takeaways, and interview some people that, what are they looking to get out of an event like this? So you can see going into your company events, what are you looking to get out of your company event? And you can see how to attend a big event for your company in the proper way. Mike Pulalasi, Pacific Northwest. This is his first event here as an entrepreneur. Mike, man, what are you looking to get out of this big event?
Man, more knowledge, more skin in the game, to elevate Matt and Sheena and the MSM squad.
Nice. And the last thing is you recruited 110 in your team last month, man. What's the number one key takeaway from doing that?
Just go wide. Go wide, continue to build relationships, keep tapping in with your upline and work from bottom up, get everybody to the next promotion.
Cool. Appreciate you, brother. Coming to a convention or coming to your company event is making sure that you have enough pens, you have your notebook, fresh notebook, something that you can start from the first page so that you can take copious notes. So first session was pretty good. The entrepreneurs who spoke went to a few concepts. Number one is becoming an owner, equity ownership. They gave an analogy of Facebook. When Facebook went public, there was so many individuals who helped build it who were given small pieces of equity but became multi-millionaires overnight. So the importance of owning a piece of a company, especially if you're going to partner up, don't just help build and recruit, but if there's an opportunity to own equity, it makes it more powerful. And then the rest of the entrepreneurs were individuals who are in business with their spouse and who run a family business. The great equalizer in business is working alongside your spouse, who's working alongside your significant other. So a lot of them gave tips on how to work with your significant other. It could be difficult, just to be in a relationship and work a business together. So helpful hints, things to expect, when working with another, with your significant other. And then running a family business, how to run a family business alongside somebody, with your kids and with your spouse, and traveling and doing speaking engagements and creating goals together. So the first half was action-packed with a lot of that stuff. So next half, we're going to go into talking about Jeb Blunt is going to speak, and he's going to go into some of his sales training, which I'm really excited about.
Earlier today, usually when I'm in a hotel or I'm traveling like this, I lose my phone and a pen. Today I lost my mask. But they're not going to let me in the door. It is so good to see you. It is so good to be on stage. It is so good to be in front of people, real people, and not a video screen. Holy moly! Yes! Something that's really easy to understand. And this is something you might want to write down in your book. The more people you talk with, the more people you're going to recruit.
Session of the first day is done. A lot of great nuggets and takeaways. What was your biggest takeaway?
The obstacles are intended or are needed in order for us to really grow and become the next version of ourselves.
Powerful. Awesome, guys. Well, we'll be sharing more nuggets as we go along. We're about to go into the next session, part 2, with some...
And if you remember, none of our clients lost any money in 2001, 9/11, where from 2001 to 2003, most Americans lost 40% of the value of their IRAs and 401ks or their real estate or whatever. And it took 4 years, 2003 to 2007, to make back what they lost. So people had to put off retirement 7 years. Now, the reason why you and many others, 3,000 CPAs, tax attorneys, financial advisors came through team training and invested $6,000 to learn my recipe. Dan Sullivan, my friend for 20 years, strategic coach.
All right, guys, so day 2 session is done, and it was pretty impactful. We had several different speakers come out today, and today's theme, guys, they're talking just about overcoming your mindset, on what they did to overcome. A lot of times in business, you think that it's a skill set that only drives you, but many times it's just the excuses that we can never get over. So just listening to other entrepreneurs and how they get over those humps so that they can work their business was a huge take. We had Douglas Andrew, who is one of the premier trainers in the industry when it comes to financial services. He trained just on helping people, number one, with creating retirement-free income. Number 2, loss-free income, and then how to outpace inflation. He was teaching us, and this is a entrepreneurial event, but the majority of the entrepreneurs are in the financial industry. So in this event, we get premier training from not just good people that speak at our company, but people who are legends in the industry. Douglas Andrew wrote a book called Misfortune 101, along with a host of many other books. So the notes and the information that he went over, I'll share with you guys in this video, so you guys can get just some information as well. And then obviously the keynote speaker, which is the host of Valuetainment, CEO of PHP Agency, was Patrick McDavid.
There was a guy named Tom Brady in the draft. He was picked 6th, number 199. And during the year that he was drafted, even their own team, New England Patriots, skipped on him 6 times that they could have picked him. And if you ever see Brady's picture of the draft, he honestly looks like he just left the bar hammered. He looks nothing like a future greatest football player of all time. One team 20 years, win 6 Super Bowls. When this PowerPoint was put together, he hadn't won a 7th yet. 43 years old and still competing. Rodgers, drafted 25th, first round. 24 people were chosen before him. He's the MVP of the year. He was a backup quarterback for 3 years. That means no one paid attention to him. Both of these guys in football are considered old, 37 and 43, still going. Pat Mahomes, young guy coming up, drafted 10th. Do you realize 9 people skipped on this guy? Think about that for a second. 9 teams could have had Pat Mahomes, but they skipped on him. Backup quarterback first year, rookie sensation, wins first Super Bowl, 25 years old today, competing for back-to-back championships, just signed a $500 million contract. The day he signed a $500 million contract, next week he became the owner of the Royals. So he's playing NFL quarterback, 23, 24 years old, signs a $500 million contract. Next week he becomes the owner of Kansas City Royals, which I believe his father used to pitch for decades ago. Think about a 23-year-old player is also owner of another, like we've never seen that before. What does this mean to you? This means some of you guys that are doing this business right now, making $100,000 a year, $1 million today, some of you are going to get to 10, 20, 30, 40, the way it's growing the industry. This ain't going away, by the way. Insurance ain't going away. This whole thing structure is backed up by insurance. This entire city is backed up by insurance. States are backed up by insurance. Countries are backed up by insurance. Everything goes back to insurance. Everything is about insurance, right? Everything.